half of me that's just like, yes, I'm glad y'all stood up for that, brother. I'm glad. You know, had this been in Chicago, they'd have stole the boat too. The pontoon boat would have been gone. So they better be happy it was in Alabama.
Ooh, it would be a whole
saw
situation.
I saw something about Chicago too. I think it's a good conversation too, barbershop style. Like, my girl Inglewood Barbie, Alita. Shout out Alita Inglewood Barbie. She said, "Y'all stop talking all that smoke in Chicago like y'all have been out there. Y'all don't know how to fight. All y'all do is pick up guns. You'd have got your butt whipped." Like so it was just this mindset of like how different it would have gone in Chicago because people don't fight. Like this was a
Yeah.
fight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And now all people do seem to do is pick up guns, right? And so you think about that happening, if this was Lake Michigan or the Chicago River, it would have went totally different. I was watching Friday the other day, and my favorite scene is when he like, "What you gonna do with that?" When Craig bring out the gun, he like, "You don't need that. You know, you think you a man holding that gun?" And he like, "Yeah." He like, "No, put it down. Put
I'm
up
a
your
man
dukes." He
without
said,
it.
"Now you a man." You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So I just like it's just a reminder that like everything don't have to be solved with it put somebody losing their life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
And
you
and
win some, you lose some. That's what he
Now,
said Friday.
now,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
from a concealed carry perspective, that old guy was well within his rights. We don't know what type of ailments he had. He got jumped on.
Absolutely, he
He was
was.
well within his rights to use a firearm to
Absolutely, he
defend
was.
himself,
He
depending
was
on it's
overpowered by
Alabama, so
6
I'm sure it's
people.
like open carry or something. So he would have been well within his rights. I'm glad nobody died doing that.
Yep, yep.
But I'm also happy that the people, the ancestors ignited the people to protect that brother.
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
right. That's right.
you know they
I
done
just like the
raised
fact. Go ahead.
like 200-something thousand for the guy with the chair.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
He
What
had
did
to
you get
turn
him in?
himself in. They done did a
Oh,
GoFundMe. They done raised like 200-something thousand. You know, so I was just like, maybe hopefully this will spread on to our people and we'll get it. We'll
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they raised what? How many millions for your boy in Wisconsin or wherever he?
Oh,
And he ended up
Kyle
Oh yeah,
Rittenhouse.
that
millions,
was
millions,
crazy.
Yeah.
millions, millions. Oh, now that's a whole other opinion about that too. I know T, you got some other thoughts on that, but the context of the fact that it was and all people, whether a white person saw this or not, all people should recognize this was not a fair situation and it was unjust and not even seeing it as anything else other than brothers trying to support this man in a situation. I mean,
Yeah,
not the racial issue. We know that's a key. I believe is a key element
Yeah.
in all of that. But there's no way you can look at that as a white person and native person, and Latino person, and know that one, it wasn't, and not recognize it wasn't racial. Two, recognize this is not how this is going to go. And then three, recognize this is great that everybody came out to
yes, yes.
support. I mean, you'd have to. I mean, unless you're big, super churchy and super like, I, uh, I don't know.
I don't even know how you could at all not condone it. You know what I mean? Like it was completely self defense. Like this man
Yeah.
was getting stomped and beat down. Like it wasn't like it was just somebody yelling and screaming at him. And I mean, this was
Right.
violent. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, T, the language you use of I'm glad to see, first of all, he was well within his rights to protect himself. I haven't
Yeah.
even needed to. But it was like the response wasn't like, I don't think anybody felt like the response was too much. Like,
Right.
oh, why they doing so much? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed appropriate to what was happening to the man for them to receive what they was, at least to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the courts are going to say, but I think, in my opinion, it seemed like it was an appropriate response to
Yeah.
what was being seen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was getting jumped, and they weren't stopping.
They were
Yeah.
not, and it was coming out of everywhere. There was more people coming. The ladies started coming out of everywhere. What the
Yeah,
world?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
You
mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
you know, it, if you're listening to this and you're of a Caucasian persuasion and you're wondering and you're trying to figure out
See,
how can we side with this or how to prevent this type of stuff, what you got to do is you got to actually listen to people. If a group of people have been telling you their frustrations and their anger and their hurt and their pain, and you're not listening to them and you're ignoring them, and when they say Black Lives Matter, you want to step on Black Lives flags, you want to paint over that stuff because you hate the organization, you have to separate the organization from the people that's saying it. Hate the organization, that's fine. But the people, when the people are out there telling you what's going on with them and you choose not to listen, these are the results you're going to get.